A big meeting at the White House today to talk about a big plan on how to tackle this country's infrastructure issues. The issue, at least for now, appears to be a bipartisan one. As CBS 2's national correspondent Christine Frizzell reports, it may also need to be an urgent one.
The warnings are dire when it comes to America's infrastructure. Act now or face potentially deadly consequences.
We've sort of forgotten to invest in our infrastructure for about the last generation.
Brian Palish is with the American Society of Civil Engineers, which gave this country a D+ on its most recent infrastructure report card, attributing that grade to poor upkeep of everything from schools, drinking water, dams and levees, and of course, roads.
Some folks are finding themselves in the shop with their cars because they've popped a tire, or they've broken an axle, or bent a rim, and that's costly.
How costly? One study showed an extra $533 per driver per year in extra car repairs and operating costs, not to mention an average of 42 hours delayed in traffic.
That's like taking a vacation, except you're doing it in your car, which is not really where anyone wants to do their vacation.
Washington, D.C. ranks among the lowest when it comes to the amount of structurally deficient bridges. But that number hovers around 20% in states like Rhode Island, Iowa, Pennsylvania, and South Dakota.
Both the White House and Congress now pledging action.
We did come to one agreement that the agreement would be big and bold.
The question of how to pay for such a plan still unanswered, with some suggesting replacing federal funds with private capital, and others calling for Congress to raise the gas tax, which hasn't been done since 1993. Christine Frizzell, CBS 2 News.
Idaho is one of the fastest growing states in the nation, but with more people moving here, the wear and tear on our bridges has become more obvious. Idaho has 1,840 bridges in the state highway system, and dozens are rated in poor condition. Over the last year, the Idaho Transportation Department has been working to change that.
For all of the roads and bridges in the state of Idaho, not just the state highway system, we estimate that there's about a $400 million annual shortfall in the funding for the maintenance and expansion needs in the state of Idaho.
So ITD is looking for funding through federally approved programs, allowing developers to pay for infrastructure projects and then be reimbursed by state sales taxes. In the meantime, road crews are maintaining bridges with innovative methods such as hydroblasting. And when needed, the state will reduce the weight load allowed on a bridge. Now let's go back to our national question of the day. How should the U.S. pay for infrastructure? Head to idahonews.com to vote. All you have to do is hover over the news tab, the top left corner of our home screen.